Hello, friends and little adventurers. It's me, Anna. Today, we're going on an exciting adventure to a super cool place called France. Have you heard of France before? It's a country that's famous for so many fun things. We're going to learn about delicious food like croissants and baguettes. We'll also see the amazing Eiffel Tower. It's so tall, you won't believe it. And guess what? We might even spot some castles along the way. There's so much to explore, from art and music to big cities and beautiful gardens. I can't wait to show you everything. Get ready to uncover 10 fun and fascinating facts that will make your eyes sparkle with excitement. Are you ready to travel with me? Let's get started on our big adventure to France. Fact number 1. Paris, the capital of France, is one of the most famous and beautiful cities in the world. Known for its iconic landmarks like the Eiffel Tower, Notre Dame Cathedral, and the Arc de Triomphe, Paris is also called the City of Lights because of its early adoption of street lights and its reputation for being a center of culture, art, and learning. Paris is home to world-class museums, like the Louvre, which houses the famous Mona Lisa, and the Musée d'Orsay, which features many amazing artworks. The city is also famous for its delicious food, including croissants, baguettes, and delicate pastries. The streets are filled with cozy cafes, where people enjoy coffee and watch the world go by. The Seine River runs through the city, with beautiful bridges connecting its two sides. Paris is also known for its fashion, hosting some of the biggest fashion shows in the world. Whether you're strolling down the large boulevards or exploring the charming neighborhoods, Paris always has something magical to offer. Fact number 2. Did you know the Eiffel Tower in Paris is one of the most famous landmarks in the world? It stands over 300 meters tall, and guess what? That's the same height as 81 giraffes stacked on top of each other. Whoa, that's really tall. The Eiffel Tower is made of iron, and it's so big it weighs more than 10,000 elephants. That's over 10 tons. Can you imagine trying to lift that? It was built over 130 years ago and was only supposed to stand for 20 years, but people loved it so much they kept it. Over 7 million people visit the Eiffel Tower every year. That's like if your entire school, all your friends, and your family visited it too. At night, the Eiffel Tower sparkles with lights every hour. It's like a giant glittering tree. And did you know there are more than 1,600 steps to the top? Would you climb all the way up? Fact number 3. The Louvre Museum in Paris is the largest art museum in the world. It's so big, you could spend days walking through its halls. And guess what? It's home to one of the most famous paintings ever, the Mona Lisa. People from all over the world come to see her mysterious smile. The museum holds thousands of pieces of art, from ancient sculptures to modern masterpieces. In fact, the Louvre is so massive that if you spent just 30 seconds looking at each piece of art, it would take you over 100 days to see everything. The museum itself is like a work of art, with beautiful architecture and even a giant glass pyramid at the entrance. Whether you love paintings, statues, or just exploring cool places, the Louvre is definitely a must-see. Fact number 4. Paris is often called the City of Lights, and here's why: it was one of the first cities in the world to have street lights. A long time ago, cities were really dark at night, which made it hard for people to see or travel safely. But Paris changed that by installing street lamps to light up the city. The lights made the streets safer and created a magical glow that made Paris famous for its beauty at night. Over time, this nickname stuck, and now people around the world think of Paris as the sparkling City of Lights. Today, when you walk through Paris at night, you can still see how bright and beautiful it is with all its shining lights, especially around famous spots like the Eiffel Tower. Fact number 5. France is home to the tallest mountain in Europe, called Mont Blanc. This massive mountain stands over 4,800 meters high, which is taller than 16 Eiffel Towers stacked on top of each other. It's so tall that the peak is always covered in snow, even during the hot summer months. Mont Blanc is located in the Alps, a mountain range that stretches across France, Italy, and Switzerland. People from all over the world visit Mont Blanc to ski, hike, and even try to climb to the top. It's a popular spot for adventurers and nature lovers. If you visit, you can take a cable car up the mountain for some of the most breathtaking views you've ever seen. From the top, it feels like you're on top of the world. Mont Blanc is truly a magical and snowy wonder of nature. Fact number 6. France is famous for its delicious cheese, with over 1,600 different kinds to choose from. That's a lot of cheese, more than you could ever try in a single meal. In fact, there's a saying in France that goes, "There's a different cheese for every day of the year." From creamy brie and tangy roquefort to the nutty Gruyere and smooth camembert, French cheese comes in all sorts of flavors and textures. Each region in France has its own special cheese, and people love to enjoy it in many ways, on sandwiches, with fruits, or even just on its own. Cheese is such an important part of French culture that there are even cheese festivals and markets where you can taste all kinds of varieties. It's like a cheese adventure every day. Fact number 7. France hosts an incredible bike race called the Tour de France, and it's one of the biggest and most exciting races in the world. This race lasts for a whopping 3 weeks, covering a total distance of around 3,500 kilometers. That's like riding across the entire country multiple times. Cyclists from all over the world come to compete in the Tour de France. They ride through beautiful French countryside, challenging mountains, and bustling cities. Each day, they face new and tough terrains, making the race super thrilling to watch. The race is divided into daily stages, with riders earning points and prizes based on their performance. The winner wears a special yellow jersey, and winning the Tour de France is considered one of the greatest achievements in professional cycling. It's a race full of speed, strategy, and spectacular views of France. Fact number 8. France is like a fairy tale land with over 40,000 castles spread across the country. Some of these amazing castles are as old as 1,000 years. Imagine how many stories they could tell. These castles come in all shapes and sizes, from grand chateaus with tall towers and moats to charming medieval fortresses. Many of them were built by kings, queens, and nobles to protect their lands and show off their power. Today, you can visit these castles and explore their beautiful gardens, grand halls, and secret rooms. Each one has its own unique history and fascinating details. Whether you're wandering through a majestic castle or learning about the knights and royalty who lived there, France's castles offer a magical glimpse into the past. Fact number 9. Did you know that the famous Statue of Liberty in New York was actually a gift from France to the United States? It was given to celebrate 100 years of American independence and to show the friendship between the two countries. The statue was designed by a French artist named Frédéric Auguste Bartholdi and built in France. It was then shipped across the Atlantic Ocean in pieces and assembled on Liberty Island in New York Harbor. Standing at an impressive 93 meters tall, including its pedestal, the Statue of Liberty holds a torch high above her head and welcomes millions of visitors to the United States each year. She symbolizes freedom and democracy, and her glowing torch lights the way for those seeking new opportunities and hope. Fact number 10. French pastries are famous all around the world, and two of the most beloved are croissants and baguettes. Croissants are buttery, flaky pastries shaped like a crescent. They're a popular breakfast treat in France, often enjoyed with a cup of coffee. The secret to a perfect croissant is the layers of dough and butter that create a deliciously crispy exterior and a soft, airy interior. Baguettes are long, thin loaves of bread with a golden, crunchy crust and a soft, chewy inside. They're a staple in French cuisine and are often served with cheese, pâté, or simply enjoyed with a pat of butter. Baguettes are so iconic that many people think of them as the symbol of French bread. Both croissants and baguettes are enjoyed in France daily, and their delicious flavors make them popular around the globe. Wow, what an amazing adventure we've had exploring France! We've learned so much, from the Eiffel Tower to the delicious cheeses and beautiful castles. France is truly a country full of wonder and excitement. Remember, the Eiffel Tower is as tall as 81 giraffes stacked on top of each other, and the Louvre Museum is so big, you could spend over 100 days seeing all its art. Don't forget about Mont Blanc, the tallest mountain in Europe, always covered in snow, and the Tour de France, a bike race that lasts 3 whole weeks. We also discovered that France has more than 1,600 types of cheese, enough to try a new kind every day of the year. And the Statue of Liberty in New York was a special gift from France, symbolizing friendship between nations. Thank you for joining me on this fun journey through France. I hope you enjoyed learning about all the incredible things this country has to offer. Keep dreaming big and exploring new places. See you next time for another exciting adventure. Au revoir, friends. Bye.